Hello my loves, what is up and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all doing well and having yourselves a good day or night whenever you're watching this. And if you're new here, hi, my name's Ella, I'm 27. No, I'm not. I've been saying that non-stop for like months now. I don't know why. The transition from 27 to 28 has been the hardest one of all. I cannot get it through my thick skull that I'm 28. I'm 28. I live in Adelaide. I do lifestyle content, vlogs, and personal finance videos. So it's a fun time around here. We've really got a, what's the saying? A finger in every pie, piece of the, I don't know. We do a lot of different things around here. I'm a multifaceted gal, multifaceted channel, and yeah, I'm just so excited for today's video. I'm sorry in advance if I'm not bringing that new month motivational energy you might be used to or expecting. It's 4 p.m. on a Saturday as I'm filming this, which is not my optimal filming time in terms of energy levels, but I just wrapped up my budget for the month and started setting some new goals and I just felt like filming. This is actually also the kind of energy I want to bring into February. It's just like smashing our goals but in a peaceful zen way. So starting off with a bang with this monthly reset video. I hope you guys all had a great first month of 2025. I am honestly feeling like the best and happiest version of myself right now. I really feel like this year is a fresh start and feeling really hopeful and just excited. We have a lot of fun things coming up this year and yeah, I'm just grateful to be me. That sounds so cheesy, but it's true. To start off with though, I kind of wanted to switch it up and talk about some of my monthly favorites. I'm just going to rattle off some of the things that I've been loving this past month. Favorite podcast at the moment has been the Mel Robbins podcast. I talked about this in a recent vlog, but oh my gosh, you guys. I don't know where Miss Mel Robbins has been all my life, but she is everything and more. I'm obsessed with her. I feel like her delivery is honest and truthful, but it doesn't come from like a judgmental way. She uses a lot of her own personal experiences, which I feel like not a lot of self-help people do. She has some really cool, interesting people on her podcast. I've listened to so many episodes over the last month when I've been on walks, cooking dinner, like any opportunity I'm listening. I've got my mum onto it, Nick onto it, everyone and their mother. I'm like, you need to listen to her podcast. I just love her whole mindset, in particular the let them theory has honestly shifted my whole mindset. The last couple of months I've been dealing with a lot of imposter syndrome and just like paying too much attention to other people's opinions of me and like losing myself in all of that and feeling like I'm holding back because I'm so scared of what other people are going to say or misconstrue. And the whole let them theory is just like so life-changing. It's all about giving up that control and just letting them, like, let people think whatever they're going to think. You're never going to be able to control what someone thinks or says about you. You can't control what they do or what they say, so just like let them. It's really quite liberating. So yeah, I've been loving her podcast. Favorite creator, I have been loving Abby Aslin here on YouTube. I've been watching her for years now, but especially recently I've really been enjoying her content. I love her style, just like nice, comforting content. She works a 9 to 5, which I really enjoy watching. Obviously I don't work a traditional 9 to 5 job anymore, so that's how I get my fix. I feel like we have very similar interests and we're at very similar life stages. I don't know, I just really enjoy her content, just like her daily life. I just really enjoy watching other people live their lives. It's so funny when you try and explain YouTube to other people if you don't watch vlogs. Why does it sound like the lamest thing ever? Like, I love watching someone else live their life. Favorite food item this month, I've been loving the Naked Harvest moon milk. It's become like a little nightly tradition. It's just like the perfect little sweet treat when you're like craving something sweet but you don't necessarily want full-blown dessert. It tastes so good even without milk. We ran out of milk the other night and I just had it with like boiling water. Why did it taste so good? I feel like my sleep has also improved since I started drinking it regularly. And the greens, I've really been liking the Naked Harvest greens. We just pop it in our morning smoothie. I do have a Naked Harvest discount code if you guys want to pick up anything. It isn't sponsored, but I've just been loving those two things. And favorite movie, we finally watched Carry On Netflix with Jason Bateman. Oh my gosh, I loved every minute of it. It was giving like Olympus Has Fallen energy with Gerard Butler. Like, I don't know, it's just a classic good movie. Very well acted. Didn't know what was coming next. Like, I just really loved it. I feel like it's been a while since I've watched a solid movie like that. Also quickly, I have a couple of Adelaide recs. I know not everyone watching this is from Adelaide. There are quite a few of you though, and I often get questions about my favorite places, especially people that are planning a trip here. 2 recent finds. Last night I went to the Alt Wine Bar on King William Road in Unley and it was so cute. I really want to get into, me and Ashley were talking about this, get into like our wine bar era. It's just something about it. It feels so sophisticated and nice. It's just nice, like, have a glass of wine at a wine bar. It's a bit nicer than a pub. It's not a full-blown meal, so you're not spending quite as much. It's a nice atmosphere. The service was really good. The wine was really good. And then for a new cafe rec, we tried out My Kingdom for a Horse this past weekend and I loved it. The food was delicious. The coffee was really good. Just a nice atmosphere. I'm really an atmosphere kind of gal. Like, the food could be great, but unless the atmosphere is there, I'm not coming back. Sorry. So yeah, those are just a couple of my favorites. Let me know if you guys like that little segment. I'm now going to pivot into talking about my goals and setting some new ones. I'm just going to go through this quickly. The goal and habit tracker that I'm using this year is from CoPlenty, the same people that make my budget spreadsheet. So I'll have a link down below. My discount code also works on this one as well. I've had quite a few questions, especially on my Instagram. I've been posting my habit tracker, and this is the one that I use. This is actually the most consistent I've ever been with a habit tracker. I don't know what it is. I think the interface, the percentage, you can see your percentage progress. So these are my daily habits that I set for January. All of these relate to the 75 soft challenge, which I started at the beginning of January. So daily greens and vitamins, 2 liters of water, 10,000 steps, 45 minutes of movement, which could be the gym, Pilates, 45-minute walk, whatever kind of movement, balanced diet, no alcohol unless it's a social event, and then reading. And we did really well. Not perfect, which kind of bothered me. At first I was like, oh, had one little slip up on the 10th. I didn't hit my 10,000 steps and I was like, oh, I've blown it. I feel like past Ella would have just given up and be like, oh, I can't be bothered. But I've pushed through. We're really trying to lean into progress over perfectionism, showing up each day and just trying our best. So we were pretty good, like 97%. I had one day where I didn't have my daily greens or vitamins, but 97% completion. 2 liters of water was 100%, 84% for my 10,000 steps. So I had 5 days where I didn't hit that. I was pretty close on all 5 days though. 10,000 steps is such an arbitrary number. Like, where did that even come from? I don't know. It sounds nice and round, and it's definitely a challenge. There are some days where it's really easy and there's some days where it is really difficult. And obviously I didn't do that every single day. On the days I didn't do it, we still showed up the next day. I did the damn thing. 97% for our 45 minutes of movement, so I'm really happy with that. And then 100% for the last 3 habits, so balanced diet, no alcohol, and I read every single day. So really proud with our daily habits. In total, we completed 210 out of 217, so like pretty freaking good. It's definitely the most consistent I've been with my routine for a very long time, so I'm really proud of us for that. I say us because Nick and I have been doing it together, which having an accountability buddy, and Nick's been so much better at this than me. I don't think he's had a single day where he slipped up. He's a determined man, and so having him and like doing it together, it's just like a nice way to spend time together. And then for monthly goals, I didn't read 2 books this month. I read 1, and I'm like half, well, I can't even say half, 25% of the way through Iron Flame, which is actually a decent amount because that book is thick. She is a thick boy. Wellness goals, I just wanted to complete a month of the 75 soft challenge, which we did. For financial goals, I wanted to have a no spend week and invest. We did both of those. Career goals, I just had one, which was to update my YouTube banner. I did do that. It looks identical to the one that I had before. I just changed some of the wording and some of the images. I had like an engagement ring on there because it's been like 2 or 3 years since I'd last done it. That was when I was in my wedding era, and I think it had the words like 9 to 5 work on there, and I was like, I do not work 9 to 5 anymore. This is misleading. So just made a few minor changes to that. Just a little 2025 refresh. And then home goals, I wanted to de-Christmify the house, which we did do. Clean out the fridge, did that, and then declutter the bathroom cupboard. I find anytime I vlog, it just gives me so much more motivation to do stuff. I'm like, if I say I'm gonna do it in the vlog, I have to do it. You guys hold me accountable. You keep me honest. In saying that, I have been talking about organizing the laundry for like 2 weeks, and I still have yet to do that. So that'll be something we bring through to next month. And then just quickly, my monthly reflections. My biggest achievements this month, I said sticking to the 75 soft challenge and hard launching into the new year with a great routine and mindset. And the reason I chose to do the 75 soft challenge as opposed to 75 hard or any other kind of challenge like this is because I want it to last past the 75 days. I don't want this to just be something I do for 75 days and then just go back to old habits. I want this to be a lifestyle shift and a lifestyle change. And I feel like these things are easy and sustainable. I also said a really successful no spend week. Really proud of us this month. I feel like every time we do a no spend week, it gets easier and easier. And then another achievement is having my highest YouTube AdSense month yet, which is so ironic because I just uploaded my how much YouTube paid me in 2024 video. I went through and broke down how much I made from YouTube AdSense every single month. And it's just funny that this happened to be my highest month yet. So I guess you guys will have to wait until next year to see how much I made. And then for challenges this month, I said giving in to self-doubt and criticism from other people. I feel like I've been listening to too much of that noise rather than listening to myself and my own opinion of myself and what I want to do. So easy to get wrapped up in what other people think of you. But the let them theory, so liberating, absolute game changer. Things that I want to improve on next month, my screen time, and then also just continuing to work on my nighttime routine. My key takeaways this month, the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 up method. Again, Miss Mel Robbins, my queen. Let them theory, you can be the juiciest peach on the tree and someone is still not gonna like peaches. And also high-fiving yourself in the mirror. This is another Mel Robbins method, and it's so funny, but it's so nice. It feels really vulnerable in the moment, but it's such a sweet encouraging gesture. Bless you. My daily habits this month are very similar to last month. I've just added a couple, so no phone for the first hour of the day and phone off by 8:30 p.m, really drilling into my screen time and getting that down. And then Pilates, I just want to track the days that I do Pilates just out of interest. For my personal goals this month, I've just got go on a solo day. I really just want to lean into spending more time by myself. Like this weekend, Nick's away on a boys trip, so I've had the whole house to myself and it is so nice. No offense, Nick. Love ya. Love ya. I think also because I've never lived alone. I've gone from living in my childhood home with my family to then moving in with my now husband. It just feels really nice to have the house to myself, and I want to get better about getting out of the house and doing things by myself. I'm not bad at it, but I think I could be better. And more fun things, more intentional, like actual date ideas, rather than just going shopping by myself or going for a walk or going for a coffee. Like those are all great, but actual like date things, like I want to date myself. And I don't know, I was thinking about it the other day, like I have hobbies. I have things that I like, but I'm sure there's other things out there. So I kind of want to experiment a little bit more this year and just try new things and see what I like and what I enjoy. Also this month, I want to read 2 books. My overall 2025 reading goal is 25. So I need to read 2 at least this month. A lot of the inspiration for my monthly goals comes from my yearly goals, because ultimately that's how I achieve them, is that small, slow progress. And then also try a new restaurant or bar this month. For wellness goals, I just have complete another month of the 75 soft challenge, Pilates 4 to 5 times a week, and this is so random, but go to the optometrist. Again, going back to you guys holding me accountable, I've been talking about going for like months now, but I really need to go. My left eye, she's shocking. Or is it my right? No, it's my left. This eye is fine, like 20/20 vision, I'm sure of it, but this one, she's been getting hazy. It's not bad, like it's not terrible. It actually wasn't until my sister got glasses and she was like, have you ever covered up one eye and looked? And I'm like, oh my gosh. I don't think it's my near sight. I could be so wrong here, but I think it's like my far sight, what's that called? I don't know. I've never had glasses, guys. It's actually been years since I went to the optometrist, so I should really go. And I'm literally paying for it. I have private health extras for situations like this. For financial goals, nothing too crazy here. I'm really trying to keep things quite simple with my monthly goals. No spend week, again, and invest. Even if it's like 50 bucks, I want to invest something. Career, this one is so random, but 50-50 FaceTime energy with my short form content. I was talking about this with my manager. We had like a 2025 strategy meeting this week, and she was saying how well received my face-to-face, like get ready with me chatty videos are. Not that my other content doesn't do well and that people don't relate to that, but there is something about that FaceTime energy that people love. And I agree, like I love watching get ready with me's or just like people talking directly to the camera. I think I get in my head about it because I'm like, I'm already doing that with YouTube. But then she reminded me that not everyone watches my YouTube channel, and some people are literally just there for Instagram or TikTok. Yeah, I want to bring more of my personality onto it. Like if you just saw me on TikTok or Instagram, that's kind of scary actually. Like you don't even know me. Yeah, just more of that FaceTime energy and just like showing more of my personality in a short form kind of way. I think I hold back a lot of the time because I struggle to condense everything I have to say and like every point that I want to get across in a 90-second video. And then my last goal for home stuff is to organize the laundry. And yeah, those are all my goals for February. Nothing too crazy. I feel like my goals don't really change too much. I still like sharing them because I think it's important to celebrate the wins and also share the losses and things that don't go so well. Nobody is perfect. I'm definitely not even close to being perfect. And there's definitely months that I am in a really good space, like this month. And then, you know, who knows, touch wood, this doesn't happen, but like next month I might have a terrible month, and that's so fine. Life is full of ebbs and flows and ups and downs. All you can do is just like get back on the horse and just keep going. Anyway, that's enough waffling. Let's head upstairs and go over our budget for the month. Welcome to my office. It's actually nice and clean for a change. I'm so sorry if you can hear the girls playing around behind me. Yeah, I'm sorry if it's distracting, but they're just so cute. Like I can't stop them. Income wise, it was a good month. It was actually a really good month. I made a little bit more than I was expecting, and it was a 3 paycheck month for Nick, which is stunning. Bills, everything was exactly what we expected. Disney Plus, I think we cancelled that. So our subscription total was less than we budgeted for. Groceries, we budgeted $750 for. We typically spend about $150 per week, sometimes a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less. We were under budget, but we were also doing Dinnerly this month. I'm working with them on my Instagram, so this isn't included in that total. I definitely think we'll continue doing it past that month, but I'll be interested to see what the overall cost is. Like I think it's worth it, especially if you sign up with my code. This isn't sponsored, but if you use like a sign up code, you can save so much money. I think it's really good value, and I really enjoy all of the meals we've made, which is why I want to continue doing it. Every meal's been so fresh and tasty and like easy to do, but like a bit different. It's just so nice not having to think about what to cook. And I think we go through waves of being really inspired to cook our own meals, and then other times where a meal service like this is ideal. But yeah, we were pretty close to our budget, even though we had Dinnerly like half of the month. So I think because we knew we had extra room in our budget, we were like a little bit crazy. Petrol, we were over. Nick's been driving to the office a lot more recently. Pets, we were over double of our budget. We spent $818.04 on these bitches. That's accumulation of vet appointments. We've still been dealing with Mabel's ongoing ear issues, and FOOD. I can't say the word here because it's actually almost dinner time. Home, I budgeted $1,150 because I knew I wanted to bite the bullet and buy a bookshelf this month. I took that money from our sinking fund, our home sinking fund, so that didn't come from our income. So happy with the new bookshelf. If you watch my recent vlog, I'm just like obsessed with it. I think it looks so good in the space and I can't wait to fill it with books and decorate it. Cleaners were $275. They come twice a month. Gifts, we spent $205. Treating others $30. Eating out, we spent $379, so we're a little bit over. That is for 2 people, keeping in mind for like the whole month, so I'm okay with that. I think that's a pretty reasonable amount, nothing too crazy. Social, we went a little crazy. I always forget, like, January is such a busy social month. It's like the peak of summer here in Australia, and we're just out and about, you know, social butterflies. Coffee, we spent $144, so not really sticking with my $100 budget. That's fine. Hobbies, we spent $85.60. Transport, $35. Shopping, we spent $148.99. Nothing on entertainment, $26.98 on books. Travel, I budgeted $1,500 and we were a little bit under budget. That was for a boys trip to Melbourne that Nick's currently on as we speak. So that'll trickle over into next month's budget. That was like a surprise trip, so I couldn't really talk about it in whenever I was setting up my January budget. Him and his friends went there to surprise one of their other friends. So that's part of that. And then also just some bookings for our US trip. I've started booking things in place, and this year I'm really trying to get better about tracking when we pull money from our savings and like utilizing sinking funds a lot more. So the way my spreadsheet is set up now, which if you watch my 2025 reset, I kind of go through this, but I want to track every single dollar as it enters and leaves my savings accounts. So this is coming from our travel savings fund, but it's also reflected in our budget. Savings, we had a really good savings month. Obviously it was a higher income month as well, and I've talked about this on my Instagram stories, but the mindset, the habits, and like how we navigate things is really what I'm trying to showcase. When I show these numbers, it's not to show off, it's not to make anyone feel good or bad, it's just to provide context. And I really feel like our lifestyle hasn't changed too much other than being able to travel a lot more and prioritizing that. I feel like our day-to-day, I would love to actually go back and look at my budget from like 2023, 2022 and see how much our lifestyle has actually inflated with our income growth. Maybe that could be a fun video, but I feel like without looking at the actual nitty-gritty numbers, our lifestyle hasn't really changed too much. I think we spend a very similar amount. Rather than spending more and giving into that lifestyle creep, we just save and invest more. This month was a great example of that. I originally budgeted $7,215 in our savings and we saved $10,892.77. We invested $943.52. I put $2,500 in my business account. That's for an extra super contribution, $100 in our gift fund, and $4,200 in our offset. This is the monthly amount that we need to set aside every single month to reach our 2025 goal of paying off $50,000 extra of our mortgage. Right now we're just keeping it on our offset. Previously we were paying it directly onto our mortgage. We're just kind of up in the air about the best strategy, like tax wise. It's very complicated. In terms of like actually saving interest and actually making an impact on our loan, it literally has no difference whether it's in our offset account or paid directly on our home loan and in our redraw. Like it has the same impact. Right now it's just going in our offset until we get clarification on our next steps and like the best course of action. Because I'm no expert, I don't claim to be. This is not financial advice. I am just a girl trying her best and figuring it out. And then just our regular mortgage repayments, which I realized I was overpaying. Not that this is a bad thing, but I was over budgeting our mortgage amount for like a whole year. We had a rate change at some point last year and I forgot to update it on my budget. So I mean, it's not a bad thing. I just want the numbers to be accurate, you know? Now I think about it, I actually might move that account or keep the offset account there and then add an extra one in debt. So we know that we're putting $4,200 towards our debt payoff. I think I'm gonna change that. I'm just gonna add extra mortgage payment. Is that better? Yeah, cool. I feel better about that. I feel like that's better reflection. So 36% of our money went towards debt payoff, 29.3% on expenses. We try and typically keep that around 20%, but obviously we're paying for some travel stuff and some home stuff. And then bills 4.7% and 0.3% on subscriptions. Overall, I think we had a really, really good month, a really solid good start to 2025. I think the no spend week definitely helped. We could direct that money that we didn't spend towards other things, and I didn't find myself spending more the next week. In fact, I found us maybe spending a little bit less. So I'm interested to see how we go next month. As always, we'll just enter next expected income. 2891 20. This month I'm expecting around $15,000. That is coming off the back of January, which is always a really good month for me with like the type of content that I make. A lot of it's reset, goal, budget focus, which does well at the beginning of a new year. Bills, I just copy and paste over from the previous month. And same with subscriptions. Oh, I also wanted to show you guys before I forget the savings and debt tracker. This is a question I get time and time again. And I did go more into detail on this in my 2025 financial reset, but this is how I track all of our different savings accounts. So for us, we basically keep our savings in one main account, and then I'm tracking everything on here. So when we add money to our savings for a certain goal or something in particular, I can reflect it in here. And yeah, if you already have money sitting in your savings, you can add it into the start column, and then the saved is what is actually sitting in your account. Then when it actually comes to taking money from that account, say I want to spend $1,000 and take it from my home fund because I'm buying something for the house. New bookcase. That $1,000 will then be added to my left to spend. So it's coming into my spending account, and then I'll go ahead and track what I'm spending it on. So home stuff. New bookcase. And then you'll see if we go back to our savings and debt tracker, it's now sitting at $720.60 because I've taken money from my savings. If I add to it, it will automatically be tracked on this. Such a cool feature. I really did not utilize this enough last year, so I'm trying to get better about that. Also this year, I'm trying to take a more pay myself first approach with our savings and debt payoff, just to make sure we're actually reaching all of the goals that we've set this year. Keeping that $4,200 goal because that's what will get us to $50,000 by the end of the year. Keeping up with my sinking funds. I'm going to come back to travel. Home, I'm going to set aside $250. Car expenses, $165. Nothing in emergency fund. $500 for ETFs is like a standard amount for us. Business, I'm going to say $2,000, only because I have my taxes to do soon and I get so nervous. Even though I'm so good, I've been so good in the last 12 months with keeping on top of my taxes and making sure I'm setting aside an appropriate amount of money. I was just getting nervous that I'm gonna owe more than I think I am. So $2,000 we'll keep in our business account. Gifts, $400, and offset nothing. I'm just trying to think about what we still have to book for our trip. We're going to the US and Canada, if I haven't already made that clear. I think I've mentioned it. I'm gonna budget at least $3,000, which is probably what we'll end up spending this month. We're really gonna stick with our $150 budget this month, so we'll go with $650. Petrol, I'm gonna up to $250 from last month. Pets, still working on the ear issue, so we'll say $500. Health, I do wanna go to the optometrist. I also have my dentist appointment to pay for, so we'll go $500 for health as well. Home, I don't really need anything. You never need anything, do you? We'll go $200 for home. Cleaners, $275. Gifts, I know we have a lot of January birthdays. Some of that will trickle over. We'll say $100 for gifts. Treating others, $200. Eating out, we'll go $400. $50 each a week. I feel like that's a good amount. Social, $300. Coffee, $120. How much did we spend last month? $140, I think. You'll notice there's a lot of back and forth if you're new here. A lot of back and forth comparing with last month, making little sustainable changes. I wanted to stick to a $100 budget last month, especially coming off the back of December. I feel like we barely spent any money on coffee. I think that was actually maybe the first month that I was under budget. And so I was like, oh yes, let's challenge ourselves even more. I think $120 is a good compromise. I'm trying to think what we have going on. I feel like February is such a weird month, such a short month as well. Like blink and it's over. I'm budgeting $300 for shopping just because I need a couple of things. I have a wedding coming up. I'm desperate to find a dress for a Bali wedding. I don't know what to wear. Like all the dresses I find are white and obviously can't wear white. Entertainment, we'll go $50. Books, I am in my reading era, so let's say $50. Alcohol, $50. And then miscellaneous, $50. Cool. So that's 7,195 buckaroos. Wowee. I mean, majority of that is travel. If we take that away, that's still 4,000. Is there anything we can cut out? I mean, pets and health are also another 1,000. That's probably why. You know what? It's fine. So that leaves us with $1,017.96. So I'm going to put that as our travel fund, just because I like to have a $0 budget and have a plan for every single dollar. Not that it ever goes that way because my income is so variable. Some months I make less than I'm expecting. Some months I make more. I do try and lowball it, so I'm never budgeting more than I ever make. But obviously it's pretty unpredictable. Cool. So that is our February budget. That's looking nice. We also are carrying over $864.41 from last month. It was a 3 paycheck month and Nick got paid on the last day of the month. So we're carrying most of that over into this month. That is my February budget. It's all tied up in a nice little bow. I'm feeling really good about it. It's feeling realistic. It's feeling attainable. I am really hoping we see no red next month. I'm hoping we can stick to it in every aspect, every category. Doesn't always go that way, but I'm feeling hopeful. I'm feeling optimistic. Anyway, thank you guys so much for resetting with me for February. I hope you guys all have a wonderful month. If you have any questions about the spreadsheet or just anything that I covered, let me know. I would also love to know your current favorites, things that you're loving at the moment. I'm really in my like at home TV book hobby era right now. Like I just don't really feel like being out, which might sound strange because it's the peak of summer. Like you think you want to be out and about, but it's like too hot. Like I literally got an extreme weather warning notification on my phone because it's going to be too hot. I just want to be at home in my nice aircon. Anyway, I love you guys so much and I will see you very, very soon for another video. Bye guys.